Dark academia. It's a subculture and an aesthetic. It focuses on education, literature, and is often accompanied by a gothic atmosphere. It's also usually inspired by classic literature like ancient Greek and Roman culture, and also gothic architecture. So a lot of times when you're reading these dark academia books, they're usually set in some kind of elite school that's very old. It's really all about the setting and the vibes. So now I know what dark academia is. It's this vibe, it's this aesthetic, and I feel fully equipped to start my first dark academia book now. And we are going to be starting with The Maidens by Alex Michaelides? Not sure. He is actually the same author that wrote The Silent Patient, which I have not read, but I have been told by you guys that I need to read it. The reason why I don't want to is because the cover is really scary. It was like a video I talked about, and the cover like really freaks me out. But anyway, I am so excited to read this. And one thing that makes dark academia, this university setting that has these dark themes or undertones like mortality. This takes place in Cambridge, and you're following Mariana and Zoe. Mariana is the main character. She actually finds out from her niece Zoe that Zoe's best friend has been murdered. There's definitely something really weird that's going on in Cambridge. There is this professor. I think he's a Greek professor. There's just like something really weird going on with him. He is well loved by staff and students at Cambridge. There's this group of girls that are favored by this professor, and they're a part of this secret society called the Maidens. They'll be dressed in white, and it's just something's really weird and off about the whole situation. And Zoe's best friend happened to be a part of the Maidens, I think. Mariana just knows something is totally up, something's weird, and she has her suspicion, especially with this professor. So she goes to Cambridge to be with her niece. She decides she is going to figure out how to prove that this professor is guilty. And I have actually already started the book. I started listening to it while I was making my bed. I have so many thoughts. I'm excited to share them with you. But kind of as I was saying, dark academia is an aesthetic. I tried to dress dark academia, but I feel like I had better options. I don't know why I picked like the worst one. So I decided to switch my bedding out to some super comfy and cozy all vibes bedding, which is actually from Bedshore, and they're the sponsor of today's video. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about Bedshore and why I love their bedding so much while I start listening to The Maidens on audiobook. This is for all of us cozy makers. Bedshore is the cozy maker who makes your life cozy with beautiful, affordable, and comfortable products. You are the cozy maker who chooses Bedshore products and transforms your life into cozy magics. Comfort and quality of Bedshore is absolutely unmatched. I got their linen and bamboo sheet set. I also got their 100% cotton waffle weave duvet cover set. And of course, I had to throw in their ultra plush bubble faux fur blanket. I got their silk pillowcases in standard white, and I also got a pink one for me. I am obsessed with all of the products that I got, especially the duvet cover. It has this waffle texture, which just adds a relaxed and refreshed look to my sleeping space, and it also is made of 100% natural cotton. On the surface of the duvet, it creates a touch of plush thickness. On the inside, it makes the duvet cover breathable and gentle, gifting you with the perfect night's sleep. You can get started today by creating your cozy space as well by clicking the link in the description box down below. And thank you so much, Bedshore, for creating the most dark academia bedroom for me. It's so cozy. I could actually take a nap right now. As you can tell, it is nighttime now. It's 8:30. I have been reading all day, absolutely binging this book. Like, I cannot put it down. I love the pacing of it. I don't know, I cannot put it down. I'm so enthralled. Also, the chapters are like 3 to 5 pages, so it feels like that, I don't know, it feels rewarding. Like I'm actually moving along in the book. I'm now on page 270, chapter 17. I'm honestly so surprised because I think this author has done a really good job at keeping you busy with like the main plot and what's going on and not really noticing some of these small details, and I got distracted. I don't even know what to say right now. I feel so caught off guard and I just have this really bad feeling. I am just loving this so much so far. This feels like it has 5-star potential, but I'm gonna keep going. I'll let you guys know. I am going to light some candles, get it all dark and cozy up in here to really fit the dark academia vibe. What? People, dude, I completely forgot about this character. What? No. No. Part 6. How does it keep getting worse? Our first Dark Academia book is down and I can say it's going very well. So far, I'm loving this genre. That was so intense. There were some moments of it where I was like, wow, this is kind of gruesome, a little bit gory, and quite dark, but I ended up loving it. I felt from the beginning like this book had 5-star potential, but I've noticed that the average rating for this book is like 3.6 stars or something. I feel like that's pretty low. Maybe because this was predictable for some people. I don't know. I ate it up and I loved the setting. I loved the atmosphere. I really did enjoy it. I think I'm gonna give this one 5 stars, and I definitely want to read more of this author's books. I feel like I'm back in my thriller era. It has been a long time, but I feel like I'm back now. Now, to put Dark Academia to the true test, I need to read the book that started it all. I am going to get some rest after reading this book. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hi everyone, good morning. It's the next day. I'm so excited because we are starting our next book. This is the book that apparently has started it all, so I'm really going to be putting this Dark Academia genre to the test. So far, a 5-star rating. That's insane for my first Dark Academia book. The Secret History by Donna Tartt. This is an international bestseller. I feel like it's one of those books that either you love or you hate. I've heard both things, very conflicting opinions. So I'm excited to see where I lie in this camp. I feel like so far I am really loving it. Like, I'm enjoying it. This morning when I woke up, it has been raining and gloomy, and that never happens in Utah. I just feel like it's the perfect day to be reading this book. So I've already started reading chapter 2. This is another suspenseful thriller, and kind of like the Maidens, there is this secret society and they're kind of obsessed with Greek. So you have our main character, his name's Richard, And he actually, you get a little bit of his backstory, and he's going to this college now where the book's like picking up. It's in the 80s. He's going to a college in Vermont. It's called, oh my gosh, Hampton. He's taken Greek for 2 years, and so now going to this university, he really wants to take a Greek course. It's kind of weird because the professor that teaches Greek, he actually only has like 5 students, and it's super selective, but you don't even know what that process is, and he doesn't even take a salary from this job. And so that's kind of what I've read so far, but just based on the back of the book, I know that somehow this character ends up being a part of this kind of secret society. I know that they end up going down a dark path and they kind of lose focus of the real world. Yeah, there's something tragic that happens. I don't really know. I kind of want to go into it surprised. I know this is another suspenseful book. I know it's kind of a psychological thriller. So I'm so excited. I love the setting of dark academia books. Like, this is so much fun. Jumping from the Maidens to this book, the writing is so different. And so with this one, I'm like really having to focus in. There are a couple times I have to reread a sentence because I'm like, wait, I can't do my normal pace of reading. Like, I have to take my time more with this one. Yeah, that's kind of the update. I'm excited to keep reading, and I hope that we can get a lot of reading done today. Hi everyone. Okay, I'm trying to keep the moody lighting. That's why I'm basically filming in the dark right now. I have an update on The Secret History. So I've just been reading throughout the day. I'm in the middle of chapter 4 right now, and I'm pretty happy with my progress. We're kind of just learning about our main character getting into this group and like making these friendships. And it's really interesting because the main character just heard a rumor about this little secret society. It's just like so compelling because there's so much mystery surrounding this group, this really small group of individuals that are all a part of, like, I don't know, it's weird. It does feel like there's secrets, and like the main character, he feels like he'll be in with them, and then at other times he'll feel like he's like shut out. I don't know if that's some kind of maybe like a manipulation tactic. I have no idea. It's the next morning. I am now on page 400. These chapters are so long. They're like 50 pages to 100 pages long. I don't really have much to say, and I feel like that usually seems like a bad thing, but it's actually not a bad thing. I am enjoying the book a lot. This book is just so complex, and there are so many like complicated characters that have so many layers to them. That is, I think, one of the reasons why I'm loving this story. I mean, it's a tough book. Like, it's dealing with tough topics. You know, there's really dark themes throughout this book, which, you know, plays on the whole dark academia thing. It's so complicated. That is literally the word that I think of when I think of this book, is just complicated. It's way different than I thought it would be, like completely the opposite. And I love the writing. Like, it's so sophisticated and it makes me feel smart reading this book. I want to read some of her other books for sure. I am excited. I plan on finishing this morning. So let's keep reading. Hi guys, it's quite a bit later. I just technically finished the book. I'm about to start the epilogue. Oh, that's one of my sweatshirts. I'm hanging them up to dry and it just fell.
Creepo, creepy.
Thanks, Beagle.
Very creepy, very Halloween.
I honestly can't even talk about it right now because I don't know where I would begin. I'm going to read the epilogue with you guys. So let's get to it. Let's finish this bad boy. I finished The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Oh my gosh, this book was so polarizing. I am trying to collect my thoughts and figure out how I feel about it, and my battery is about to die. Hold on. I think I talked about what this book is about, but I'm not really sure. Now that I've read the whole thing through, I feel like, hi! Now that I've read the whole book in its entirety, I feel like I can give a good description of it. The back of the book is very vague, and I do like that. I'm going to kind of explain a little bit more what this book is about, because I had a little bit of a misconception. I thought that this book would kind of be about these students and their professor, and actually the professor is like barely in the book. His name's Julian. He doesn't play a big role in the book, which was one thing that I was disappointed by. I wish that we saw more of his character. Overall, I'm not really happy with his character, how he was written, and I feel like the ending, I feel like it could have been better. But yeah, this book is basically just about this core group of friends that are in this class. The narrator is first person, and it's from Richard. He's our main character, and he's a part of this group. He kind of like weaseled his way into this group. It's this handful of college students that are taught by this very charismatic professor, and he only allows a certain number of students, and all of these friends in this group are unlikable. None of these characters, I did not like any of these characters. And so that makes the book really interesting to read, because you don't love these characters, you don't love their personalities, you don't love their motives, you just don't like what they're doing. That can be difficult. I see how this is such a complicated book for so many people. I mean, it's even complicated for me, and I enjoyed the book. These characters are so complex. This is like the first sentence of the prologue, so this is not a spoiler at all, but you know that one of the friends, he dies. From that first sentence throughout the rest of the book, you're putting all these pieces together and figuring out how he died, starting way before that. So you're getting to know this character, understand him, and it is so complicated because the main character, I don't know if he is a reliable narrator. So that's one thing that I'm like struggling with. I don't know if some of the stuff he has said in the book is fabricated, or if it's the truth, or especially at the end of the book. I could actually go on and on and on about this book for so long, because there's so many things that I just want to talk to you guys about it, like fully lay it out on the table, completely talk about every single part of this book. It was a slow burn of, like, very much so a slow burn. You're kind of getting the mundane everyday life of these students, but I actually was so intrigued by it. And I mean, Donna Tartt gives you nuggets of certain parts of the mystery, like here and there, and I will say all of it is, I thought, was important, so I was okay with the pacing. But I did love this book, although there are a lot of difficult and dark themes and topics in this book, so I would definitely not just recommend this like overall to people. I would say if you're interested in reading it, definitely look up any trigger warnings, because there is substance abuse, there's just a lot of trigger warnings in this book. I've also heard that If We Were Villains is kind of the same premise, but I think a lot of people like that one better, but I am very much so satisfied with this one, so I don't know, maybe I'll end up reading that one later on. But I actually did like this book, and I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I am going to go down a deep rabbit hole. I'm gonna start watching so many reviews tonight, and also there's so many things that are not answered in this book, like little things that you really don't notice unless you're like kind of being extra honed in on it. I think it's going to be a classic for sure. I want to give this one like a 5 stars, but I don't know if I can, because the themes and the characters are not likable. And I think because it's so complicated, I'm impressed by that. I think Donna Tartt is an author for me. I feel like as soon as I read like that first chapter, I just felt this click. It's so beautiful. Like, I think that's one reason why I feel emotionally attached to this book, is because of how she wrote the story. It's not the story itself. Well, that is it for reading Dark Academia for the first time. I hope you enjoyed. I sure did. I feel like I've just stepped into a whole new genre that is going to be one of my favorites now. Let me know down below if you have any more Dark Academia recommendations. And once again, I want to say thank you so much to Bedshore for sponsoring today's video. And if you want to check them out and start getting all cozy and comfy for the fall and winter season, you can click the link in the description box down below. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.